Konnichiwa YouTube! Welcome back to Archeage 2.0 with your host OnlyOneShinobi, and today we're standing out here in front of Shinobi's public alchemy house in Solus, Halo Hollow, because today that's exactly what we're going to do, talk about alchemy, how to make gold using alchemy once you've leveled it up. We released a video quite some time ago about how to power level alchemy, and today this guide will be its companion, teaching you once you get up to the higher proficiencies, what can you do to actually make some money. Now, I know there are a variety of different things that you can make, especially here in the potion menu with the alchemy house, for example. There are a few potions, also oils are popular. So if you go down to pigments, oils, and polishes, all of these can be quite popular for crafters as well as a Lunafrost. So real quick, what we're going to do is take a look at all those different things, and I do have an Excel sheet for us to look at in a few minutes as well. So first up, with the alchemy house, obviously it's very easy to make the high level potions. So we've got tier 6 small potions, tier 6 regular potions, I guess, and then defense potions as well. Now these take a various amount of proficiency. I believe that if you look at your regular sheet here, the defense potions take 60,000, is that right? Yeah, 60,000 proficiency. Now I have 124,000, so obviously I get a labor reduction and this is quite easy, but these are definitely going to be useful. These do sell, and they sell rather quickly. So the Kingdom's Heart here, which is your tier 3 defense potion, and the Ancient Library Relic tier 3 magic defense potion, people use these all the time in PvP and in dungeons, or just for kicks, I suppose, because they give you a large amount of defense or magic defense, and so basically anyone who's out there doing PvP needs these. It's like required. So those things sell quite easily. You've also got the healing potions, regular healing and small healing potions. These require quite a bit more in terms of materials. It's kind of hard to follow exactly what you need, but as you can see here, lavender, mushroom, lotus, ginseng, and ginkgo. If you're making the major potions, it takes quite a substantial amount more, 35 lavender for each set of potions here. But even though it does require quite a bit of ingredients, it's still worthwhile in the end. You can make a profit depending on your economy. The other two things that you might want to look at in alchemy are the Lunafrosts. Now, there are a variety of different Lunafrosts that you can use. The one that I think I would suggest, the only one that I really spend time working on, is the Flawless Assassin's Lunafrost. This is the movement speed increase that goes on your boots, and pretty much everyone in the game is going to buy one of these. If they're upgrading armor or changing their armor, they're going to be buying these, because everyone needs the movement speed. There's pretty much nothing better you can put on your boots, and so these are always in demand. Again here, this does require 3 Moonlight Archeum crystals, which can be quite expensive. The Superior Lunarite can be expensive. The Eternal Winter's Chill is not so bad, especially with the greater dungeons coming out. I'm assuming that we're going to get more of these in the future. As you can see here, these are only about a gold each, so the price here is not too bad. The other thing people do like to make are Dahuda's Bubbles. Now, I personally have never made this for profit. This is largely because the profit per potion is quite small. It's really not a lot of profit per potion, especially on a mature server. But these do sell. People do buy them because if they're doing any sort of treasure hunting or ocean naval warfare, for example, these come in handy, being able to stay underwater for prolonged periods of time without having to wear oxygen tank or something like that. So these are kind of the most popular items. There are a variety of other items on the alchemy list, but those are basically what I look at. I wouldn't bother with Luna Drops, and I wouldn't really bother with all this other stuff in here. You can't really sell the Archeum. Specialty pigments are really not useful, which is disappointing. I'd like to dye my armor, but Tryon doesn't want me to, so that's basically it. Those few items: potions, defense potions, Lunafrost, and Dehuda's bubble. But using those items, you can make quite a bit of profit. So let's go now to the spreadsheet and see exactly how much profit you can make using these crafting recipes. Okay, so here we are then in the Alchemy Gold Guide Excel sheet. You may recognize here that I have kept the agriculture page here. It's just easiest for me in terms of creating an Excel sheet because we already have all this data and formulas plugged in for different types of plants. So I know that going through all of this can be a little cumbersome, so let's take a look at what we need to do. The first thing you need to note is that all of the figures here in this sheet are based on 0 proficiency and non-patron status. So this is basically, this profit value is if you have absolutely no proficiency and if you are not a patron, because patrons get a bonus discount on the auction house. So keep that in mind as you're going through this. If you are a patron, your profits will be slightly higher, and some of these things could actually be profitable even when it's not for you free-to-play people. So the first thing you need to do, step 1, is to come over to the agriculture tab and go ahead and enter in the workers' compensation as usual. It's the very first thing you should do. Search for workers' compensation potion and enter the value here. It'll automatically calculate the cost of 1 point of labor, and this labor cost is already in all of the formulas, so you want to go ahead and do that immediately. The next thing you need to do then is go ahead and update the agriculture list. Now I know, like I said, there are things on here that you don't need in Alchemy, but we leave it here anyway just for ease of creating this Excel sheet for you. So all you need to do is come over to the profit section, go to the sell for list, and enter the values for the different plants here in the sell for list. And then don't worry about the rest of this information, essentially. You don't really need it unless you're planning to plant these things on your own. If you are planning to plant these things on your own, you want to grow them for profit, you can check the profits here. Once you enter all of this information in the sell for list here, you can switch over to the Alchemy tab, and there are just a few more things that we need for Alchemy only, and that list is here. You can see all of this list here, additional map price check. So step 2 is to enter the information here for the additional materials. Finally, what you're going to need to do then is come to the sell for list here and enter the values of these items. So you can see I've listed the oils, small seed oils, opaque polish, rough polish, root pigments, the different potions, and as well as the Lunafrost and Dehuda's bubbles down here at the bottom. So just enter the information in the sell for list here, and it should automatically calculate your profit minus 10% auction house cut. So again, if you are a patron, this will be slightly higher. And then look for the profits. Now anything in red here is negative. That means that this is not profitable under the current economy. So make sure that you check back regularly as soon as the workers' compensation price changes or the sell for of the items changes, the price on the auction house changes. You could find that some of these things are profitable. It's quite interesting, I think, to check the profits of these items. As you can see here, opaque polishes and rough polishes, these are used in metalworking, are absolutely not profitable. You're actually losing 50 silver per potion if you're buying all of these materials and crafting them. Same with the potions right now. So Kraken's Might, which is a mana potion, Mossy Pool, also mana potion. These are actually a net loss if you're crafting mana potions. Whereas Nui's Nova, for example, is only 10 silver per potion that you're making. Now, usually you're making a stack of 10, so you're making about 1 gold profit per stack of potions. It is a profit, but it's quite small. So if you're actually looking to maximize the amount of money you're making from alchemy, potions really aren't the way to go. They are steady income, people will continue to buy them, but as you can see, the profit margins are quite small. Ancient Library Relic might be good. This is 34 silver per potion in stacks of 5 when you craft them, so you're making about 1.5 gold profit on each craft. But if you take a look up here at things like small seed oil, this actually costs very little labor I think something like 15 labor, 25 labor. You can do this at 0 proficiency. You can do this, and you're making 50 silver per potion. So 3 potions here is going to get you more profit than one small stack of Nui's Nova. So it's actually more profitable to make oils. You can see that the highest profit margin here is for the emulsified oil, and this is used to make, I believe it's used to make Ethereum level gear. And so here the profit is 15 gold per potion with the current economy. So this is quite good to make, although Ethereum gear is not as common as other types of gear, so you may not want to make, quantities of like 100 potions, for example. That's going to be a lot, and it might take you a long time to sell them. But if you look, I think that really small seed oil right now is the best way to go. 50 silver per potion. You can sell hundreds of these in a short amount of time, because any crafter, if you're going to make illustrious gear, is going to need at least 6 of these. And so if you sell them in stacks of 6, 12, 24, for example, you're going to be selling these off and making some nice profit just from oils. As an alternative, the other 2 items that we looked at were the Flawless Lunafrost and the Assassin Lunafrost and the Dehuda's Bubble. Assassin Lunafrost do get 10 gold per Lunafrost, which is a pretty good deal. It takes a short time, low labor cost, and a good profit return. But you're not going to be moving hundreds of these in a short amount of time. It may take you a few hours or a day even to sell a couple of these. So this may not be the best. And then finally, Dehuda's Bubble is only about 14 silver per potion. So, I mean, really, it's just not enough for me to even worry about Dehuda's Bubble. As you can see from this list, with the current prices, small seed oil is going to be the easiest thing to do. You can manufacture these in bulk. You can sell these in bulk. You can even find a crafter friend who needs a lot of them because he's crafting, and then you can supply him continuously, essentially, because the profit margin here is large enough that you can make some good profits. So what I would do with this information, as I said, the prices are always going to change. So what I would do with this information is just update this whenever you're about to craft for alchemy, whenever you're about to make a bunch of potions, update this list and then see which items are going to be the best and most profitable for you. And then I would sort of create a mixture. So emulsified oil, 15 gold profit per potion. Maybe I'd craft about 10 of these. And then I'd craft a larger quantity of small seed oils, and then I'd sell them both. And that way you've got some high profit margin items as well as some lower fast moving profit items, and you can mix them up and choose what's best for you. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this little chart is quite easy to use, and if you have any information or any questions about how to use this, definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below. This sheet, as with previous gold guides, will be available on the Dropbox, so you can find a link of that in the description of this video. Okay, and we're back. So we took a look at the Excel sheet. I hope that it looks easy enough to use. That's basically all you need to do to make a profit with alchemy. Now, seeing as how small seed oils are really the most profitable thing, you don't want to flood the market too much too quickly. So what I would do is I would suggest selling them in larger stacks. As you can see, people here sell them in stacks of 3. I'm not really quite sure why 3. I would suggest 2 or 6, I think would be a good stack size, or quantities of 2 and 6. So 10, for example. If you buy 10, you're going to have some left over. And you know how you hate when you buy like a package of hot dogs and hot dog buns, and you have like 2 buns left over or 2 hot dogs left over or whatever, and you just hate it because they don't match. I do the same thing when I'm purchasing these things. I'm not going to buy a stack of 10 because I'm not going to use only 10. I need 12. So I'd rather buy smaller stacks like 5, 5, 2 than buy a stack of 10. So be wise in how you list them up on the auction house, and you might see them sell faster compared to other people here. But with the amount of small seed oil on the market, you can pretty much move them quite quickly if you price them competitively. The last thing to note is that this house is on public, so you are free and welcome to come and use it, which means that you have access to the specialty crafting station here with making potions. And what that means is that if you're making potions, especially things like Nui's Nova, which is only marginally profitable, when you're using this crafting station, you'll actually get a bonus, which means you'll get extra potions. So for example, if I'm crafting 10 and I get the proc, I'm actually going to get 20 potions out of this machine, which means I'm going to be making slightly higher profits by using this house instead of using the alchemy station somewhere else. So if you have access to a public house like this, I do recommend using it if you're crafting potions. It's going to be better for you all around. You're going to be making more and getting more profits. And that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you can use alchemy to get rich. It's not necessarily the fastest way to make money, but it is a steady stream of income. There's no RNG involved, and it will always be profitable in some way. So just check the auction house, check the prices before you start crafting. Otherwise, you could be losing money. Yeah, thanks for watching this, and I will be posting more gold guides in the future. We do have the Possum Autumn Festival coming up, so I hope to get some videos of that out soon as well. So just stay tuned for more videos like this, and I will see you all next time. For now, Shinobi out.